Okay, check this out. On the bottom axis, and the y-axis here, that's the years that we have been shooting into Pakistan with our remote control flying robots. First time we know we did that was in 2004, okay? On the y-axis, on the left side, the vertical axis, that's the number of drone strikes we know we've done, okay? So in 2004, there was 1 drone strike reported. Tiny little line there. 2005, again, just 1. The year after that, 3. The year after that, 5 in the whole year. Then things really started to pick up. 35 strikes in 2008. The following year, the first year of the Obama administration, more than 50. This year so far, and we're only in October, pow, more than ever. Nearly 80 already. And if we broke it down even further, the more recent numbers are even more dramatic. We're getting close to shooting missiles into Pakistan almost every day now. Why are we doing this so much more than we ever did before now? You tell me. You are as likely to give me an explanation as anyone else, since this is all secret. This is the CIA, so nobody admits to the fact that it's happening. Here's a clue, though, as to why we are doing this secret thing so much more right now. One more thing to show you. What's marked here in the different color, this is the proportion of all these secret missiles we are shooting into Pakistan that are going to this one specific place. The part that's in red on each of these lines, that's the proportion of drone strikes that are hitting a place called North Waziristan. Not only are we shooting people with missiles in Pakistan way more than we ever did before, look at the way the red number goes up. Look at that. We are shooting at something very freaking specific. All of North Waziristan is like roughly the size of Connecticut. And look how much we're shooting it up. We are zeroing in on something. There is something specific that we are trying to shoot at. And we are doing that with increasing frequency and intensity. At least that's what it looks like when you graph it out. This weekend, the United States issued a travel alert about potential terrorist attacks in Europe, Britain, France, and Germany. What's the threat? We do not know. But there are rumors it involves Osama bin Laden himself. And now today, there's news that the latest of these missiles that we've shot into North Waziristan just happens to have killed a great number of Germans. Some reports say 5, some reports say 8. Men holding German passports described as militants. What's going on here? Joining us now is NBC News national investigative correspondent Michael Isikoff. Michael, thanks very much for joining us tonight. Nice to see you.
Good to be with you, Rachel.
What do we know about these German passport holders, these Germans killed in Pakistan?
Well, we don't know a whole lot about the Germans killed in this particular drone strike because we don't know a lot about who gets killed in any of these drone strikes. By definition, these are strikes in areas where U.S. intelligence and law enforcement does not have easy access, nor, for that matter, do the Pakistanis. That's why we're firing drones at them, because we can't send troops there, we can't put boots on the ground there, nor are the Pakistanis doing it. So what we get are claims of strikes, claims of people killed, and in this case, the Pakistanis, who are very eager at this point to show how much they're cooperating with the U.S., said today that 8 Germans have been killed and told people that these are among the Germans of Pakistani descent who are believed to be connected with this plot that has everybody worked up in Europe right now.
So they're asserting that there is some connection between the threat alert for Germany and other European countries and the victims, the targets of this most recent drone strike. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In terms of our intelligence on the ground there, do people in national security talk, even anonymously, do they talk about why we are having so many more drone strikes now? Is it because we do have more intelligence about something specific that we are shooting at there?
Look, there are a number of reasons for the escalation. Part of it is the intelligence about this ongoing plot that U.S. intelligence officials believe is in Europe. Over the summer, they captured this guy, Amram Siddiqui, who was traveling from Hamburg to Pakistan. He told them after intensive interrogations at Bagram about a plot that was underway. He was believed to have been traveling with 10 other Germans from Hamburg Hamburg to Pakistan for training, and that the idea was, multiple attacks simultaneous in European capitals along the lines of what happened in Mumbai. That's part of it. But even before that, this was escalating. It was escalating because of increasing pressure by the U.S. military and U.S. intelligence to show some progress in Afghanistan. And given that Pakistan is a safe haven for a lot of jihadi groups who are aiding the Taliban, who are killing American troops, particularly this group called the Haqqani Network, which they're really worked up on, affiliated with Al-Qaeda, but not Al-Qaeda, sort of an independent jihadi group that's mainly been focused on Pakistan, but has been identified as, one of the chief dangers to U.S. troops now. There's a lot of pressure on General Petraeus to show some progress in Afghanistan in time for next July, and I think that's one reason why we're seeing this escalation.
Politically, what you just said is so important, I can hardly stand it. Because if that's the justification for why we are having more drone strikes, if it is not about some new information, new intelligence, or intensified strategy about international terrorist groups projecting force against the United States of America, meaning projecting force here or against other Western targets, but literally just about providing a sort of a rear guard action for the Afghanistan war, then we're just talking about an expansion of the Afghanistan war. We're not talking about the supposed war on terrorism. That's a whole separate thing.
Well, look, I mean, U.S. officials would argue that it's all intertwined, but there is an eerie parallel to Vietnam, as there is in so many aspects of Afghanistan here, with the secret bombing of Cambodia. Yeah. U.S. officials, the military in Vietnam saw a safe haven that the North Vietnamese were using in Cambodia, and so they tried to use air power to wipe it out, to attack it. We can't just fight within the confines of the borders. You do see a parallel with what's going on in this escalation in air power in Pakistan right now. And the question is whether it will be any more effective.
And whether we ever get to debate it as a country or whether we have to pretend this isn't happening because it's some CIA secret. It's incredible, incredible stuff. NBC News national investigative correspondent Michael Isikoff, thank you for joining us tonight, Mike. Good to see you.
Thank you, Rachel.